the 2K Sports pregame show.
Plenty of excitement as we count down to tip-off here on 2K Sports. A little New Year's Eve hoops. This is very, very
When's the
festive.
countdown begin?
5,
4,
3,
2, Happy New Year!
Tonight we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, the results have been excellent for them over the first half of the season. And it has to be said, they're not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. And the Atlanta Hawks losing some major talent over the last few seasons. You're talking about Horford, Millsap, Teague. Kenny, the rebuild is definitely on.
Well, it's hard to see fans struggle, watching their team. They're sitting there paying a lot of money and things aren't getting the results that they want. But the youth movement was needed in Atlanta. They had to start over, and so these are the consequences.
This team already has a strong system in place. Most teams don't want to be stuck in the middle. I think, Ernie, that's why they hit that reset button.
That's it for us for now. We send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. The Hawks will kick off their road trip right here. No question they've got this game penciled in as a win, but they still have to go out and make plays. They'll look to take an early lead, then try to get this one over early.
And offensively as well as defensively, guys, they've been the better team in their first two meetings. I'm sure they know that a sweep of the season series is a real possibility.
I'm sure it's in the back of their minds here. They have owned this team so far, and they want to show that again.
And any game on New Year's Eve, typically a very festive atmosphere and scene. Smitty, is there ever any extra motivation to close out the year with the win and kind of put a period to the year?
Yeah, it is, Kevin. I think for everybody in all professions, especially in the NBA, you look at it, win-losses. You want to end the year on a win, and you want to start the year on a win. So I think it's a lot of psychological just to get your team going, give you that extra motivation, that extra boost.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Hawks, Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. The big men are Collins and Dedmon. And it's McDermott in at the three. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Now, here's Bogdanovich. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Collison in the post. He's against Young. Collison's shot is good.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
Now, here's Dedmon. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland. McDermott can't get it to go.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
Here's Collison, and there's the pass to Evans. Here's Turner. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Collison, the pass to Turner. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Bogdanovich, no luck. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. McDermott's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Evans dishes to Turner. Back to Evans, and Evans throws it down hard.
Going right to the rim. Evans plays with an edge and a confidence that helps him succeed.
Young against Collison. Back to Young. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Evans kicks to Bogdanovich. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter.
They already got into a nice flow. 4 for 5 from the field.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Lloyd Pierce. I asked him how they plan to contain this offense, one of the most prolific in the league. He said, we'll have our work cut out for us, no question about it. They can hurt you a number of ways out of a number of sets. That's why they're so good. We just have to play the percentages and try to force them to take contested shots. Kevin, we'll see if they can accomplish that tonight. Back to you.
Thanks as always, David. Well, they know what their toughest job is going to be today.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always hard to go up against a team that can light it up like this. You can't let them hit the ground running.
You know what, Greg? You're right. So many of their games are decided in the first half because their offense starts clicking. They build up a big lead and just run away and hide.
Now here's Evans. 20 points for him last game against Detroit. Bogdanovich finds Turner. Collison against Young. Collison, no good. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Atlanta. They trail by 1. In the corner, it's McDermott. Pass to Bazemore. From beyond the arc, the Pacers pull it in. Outside Collison. Now here's Bogdanovich. He's covered closely. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Bogdanovich has got his second bucket.
And Bogdanovich, a reliable ball handler. Solid at creating for himself with his dribbling.
Pass to Dedmon. Young with the ball. Picked up by Collison. Bazemore on the wing. Nailed from three-point land. Bazemore's got his first 3 points of the game.
Bazemore can attack the closeout. That gives him a little more space on the catch and shoot.
Collins against Bogdanovich. Comes up empty down low. The Hawks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And for the most part, when Bogdanovich is out on the floor, he's there to do one thing, shoot.
And I tell you what, when you can shoot like that, that's all you need to do. Great catch and shoot player who can stretch the defense. You cannot leave him alone, and really his presence frees up so much for his teammates on the floor.
McDermott kicks to Dedmon. It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Collison. Basket counts.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, hard to close off the lane.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. The shot missing. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Turner with the steal. Bogdanovich looking around. Pass to Collison. He kicks it to Evans. Outside Bogdanovich. Turner with it. Dedmon's there. The shot by Turner, no good. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Pistons. Dedmon's shot is off.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
And it's Turner finishing it off.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
Here's Young following the score by Indiana. He dishes it to Collins. Kicks it to McDermott. Fires from the corner. That shot off. Evans with some nice D. Poked loose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
And here are the numbers for Turner. He's been a factor for them over the last month. 4th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And yeah, he's been a brutal shot blocker all season long. As you said, top 5 in the league. He's a dangerous force to face inside. Now here's Len. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Young trying to break free. Collins grabs the miss.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And above the rim finisher, Dedmon gets most of his points right at the rack.
Joseph against Young. Joseph looking around. To the paint. Stolen by Collins. Evans against Land. Now the pass to Anderson. Passes to Collins. 5 to shoot. Lynn, that's a 2-pointer. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Evans outside. Shoots from 14. And Young kicks to Evans. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Evans has got his second basket.
Gotta wrap up Evans if you want to stop him from scoring. He's too strong. Love his focus.
Back to Young. Pass to Lynn. Here's Collins. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Collins has got it all tied up now for the Hawks. Now Evans. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Young up top. Pass to Joseph. The kick out to Young. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
Tyreek has solid floor awareness. Outstanding at knowing when one of his guys is open.
Anderson against Bogdanovich. Now here's Anderson. He's guarded closely. Bogdanovich against Len. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Ejected by Young. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. Indiana leading by 3. Evans outside. There's 1:54 left to play in the first. He kicks to O'Quinn. Shoots over Lynn. O'Quinn can't hit.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Carter. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
That's good from Vince Carter. Smitty, you look at how teams run their offensive sets. Are we in a pick-and-roll era right now, or has the tide shifted away from that a little?
No, I think so. I think we're looking at a lot of teams running pick and roll, especially we have two fantastic players involved. It's hard to defend, especially when there's a great talent at the guard spot and a big, then it's hard for you to switch. But I'm looking at it right now because of spacing, because of the use of the corner three, we're looking at a lot more pick and rolls used at the top of the key versus when I played, we used a lot of side pick and rolls.
And not just smalls given to bigs, but bigs throwing down low to smalls.
Yeah, and a lot of these bigs are running the pick and rolls and the guards are setting the picks.
Right. Now here's Evans. Vince Carter grabs the miss.
That's one of those where you think you've got it, you relax for just a second, and then you're kicking yourself.
To the wing on the left. Back to Lynn. Carter outside. Over Evans. And it comes off the front of the rim. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. The shot's good from O'Quinn. And the Pacers lead by 2.
Great eye contact. Guys working in tandem in the paint.
Outside, Lynn. With the floater, he lays it in.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Here's Evans, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. It's a tie game in Indiana, and back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. You may not remember Vince Carter traded on draft night for his college teammate Antoine Jamison, but he talked about that crazy exchange.
So as I'm sitting back there, he's like, there's been a trade, you know, Toronto Raptors and Golden State make a trade for Antoine Jamison and Vince Carter right there. So our families are sitting right next to each other. So they're fixing the hat, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, here's your hat. All right, give us that hat. Move forward. So it was just the weirdest thing.
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, pick apart, that's pretty unique.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And when you consider how the Pacers are doing, guys, what do you think?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
That's their mindset, and these extra possessions have been converted into a lead.
Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Leaf is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Young in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And it's Carter missing. Indiana trailing here. Young with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Atlanta with the ball. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. Dishes it to Lynn. No good from outside. For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. That's good from Joseph on the assist from Young.
He can be masterful in there, especially when there's no rim protection.
Herter, covered by Evans. There's the pass to Carter. Fades back, count the basket. Carter's got 5. And here's Evans. Now the dish to Joseph. Kicks it to O'Quinn. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, Smitty, you played here in Atlanta for so many years. What are some of your favorite spots or things to do in Atlanta?
Well, I love to eat, and 2 of my favorite places are Busy Bee Cafe, just love that, and Umi. Then what I love to do is try to get a little exercise. I love to walk Chastain Park.
Shooting 2.
The fans here, the city of Atlanta, I just love it so much we've made it home.
First free throw is good. The Pacers making a switch here. Collison's out there. And a change for the Hawks. McDermott's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Steve, we've heard the phrase speed kills, especially when trying to guard someone with a very explosive first step.
Westbrook, John Wall, Kemba, Kyrie, Isaiah Thomas, Giannis Antetokounmpo, those guys, they get up and down the court. There's so many young guys. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. Woo, I wish I had that speed, Kevin.
You did at one time. You did have that speed at one time.
Not at all. Not at all.
Here's Leaf. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now here's Joseph. He's guarded closely. Indiana again missing.
And all the skill used on that crossover. Might want to save a little bit for the finish. Unable to convert there.
Now here's Lynn. His last outing, he had 8 points. Lets a floater go. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Young in the corner. It's deflected. Here is Carter, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Poked away. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And let's go to a rundown of the best point guards from the free throw line over the course of the last month. Here is your 2K leaderboard. Number 5 is Jeremy Lin.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
When you have these guys with the basketball, it's like a security blanket. The ball in their hand, team has to foul, they have it, they go to the line, good chance they'll make it.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Collison, and Greg, how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
Both shots good from the stripe.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
Lynn kicks to McDermott. Down low, Turner with the steal. Here's Leaf. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Collison. Here's the floater. It's deflected. Lynn looking it over. Herter. He's covered by Joseph. Six on the shot clock. Spellman. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Outside Collison. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Oh, guys, that's an impressive spin move there. Didn't think he had a handle like that.
The Pacers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. Indiana making some changes. Sabonis comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Corey Joseph. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks. Young comes in for Jeremy Lin.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Collison.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Herter is covered by Bogdanovich. And the foul on Miles Turner. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Hawks now. It's a 5-point game. Herter, and it's blocked, and he gets it back. McDermott for three. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Outside, Bogdanovich. Collison dishes to Bogdanovich. Fires from 14. Can't hit that one.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Now, here's Bazemore. Defense right on him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can they get it? It's hauled in by Leaf. Pacers leading by 5. Bogdanovich finds Collison. Pass to Leaf. Fires from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Leaf's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Hawks trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
20 feet out. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Now, here is Young after Darren Collison's miss.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. John Collins comes in for Doug McDermott. And Indiana shooting for the game at 42%. Bogdanovich against Young. Turner passes to Leaf. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Leafs got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Pacers. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. You know, Steve, in the NBA, you know exactly how much your peers are making. Do contract numbers ever bring out animosity between players?
Yes, they do, Kevin. I mean,
really?
When you look at some guys, you see those guys starting to say, I'm putting up better stats than him, but he's making more money. And then it becomes the elephant in the room when the guys start to talk about it. They start not passing to each other. Yes, guys do know exactly what other players make, and sometimes there can become some animosity between the two.
Oh, that's something. And so here is Indiana after the basket by Atlanta. Looking to get it going, and Bogdanovich lays it in. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 11 now for the Pacers.
And you got to appreciate the determination that Bogdanovich showed there. When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to finish at the basket.
Now, here is Young. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
Also, you have to mention the rebounding, another area where he excelled.
Now, here's Bogdanovich after the miss from Trae Young. Outside, Bogdanovich. Lays it up and banks it in. Bogdanovich has got 8 points.
And how about the fearlessness from Bogdanovich? Doesn't pay the D any mind. He enjoys sticking it to them there in the paint.
Now, here is Young. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Now, here's Bogdanovich after the miss from Trae Young. And Bogdanovich kicks to Collison. Lock at 6 over Young. That one wide left. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Atlanta, trailing by 13. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
You know, their focus wasn't there in that one. Same with the shot selection.
I've seen worse shooting nights, but this was pretty bad, and it obviously cost them the game.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
Tyreke Evans is checked in for Leaf. Pacers leading by 10. Now here's Collison. Last time out he had 13 points. Sabonis kicks to Evans. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Gotta love the toughness Evans provides. Fantastic at finishing despite getting hit.
And Steve, you wonder, had Evans not had all the injuries, how great he could have been.
Well, he has all the skills. He has good size for a guard. He's athletic, so the ability is there. But you have to manage his minutes. That's just the reality.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Evans.
And the continued development of Tyreke Evans, more efficient now as a scorer. And we know he can fill up the rest of the stat sheet.
Young dishes to Anderson. Young outside.
He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
13 feet away. Here's Len, and the dunk by Len.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
You know what? When you don't box him out, he will burn you for it. He threw that putback down with the authority.
And thinking about Evans, how truly productive he is when he's healthy.
He still has the ability to take over a game, especially when the jump shot is falling. He loves the bright lights, and he loves a challenge. You love to see him playing on some winning teams over the backstretch of his career. Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Pass to Len, outside Collison. Back to Len. Over Dedmon. Clock at 4. Takes a 3. Rebound Atlanta. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
Their D was just phenomenal in the last game. We'll see if they bring that same intensity again.
Herter, they get it back. Now Collins. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. We've got 1:13 left in the second quarter. Anderson against Bogdanovich. Puts it up from 12. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Bogdanovich has got 6 in the quarter. The Hawks trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Dedmon throws it down.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of the game. Evans outside. To the wing right side. Deep 2 from Collison. Can't hit that one. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And Young kicks to Collins. It's good. Collins has got 6.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Evans with it. He's got 7. He got it up, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Indiana, 13 points up at the end of the period. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. The second quarter was where they really opened things up. They were by far the stronger team, both defensively and when they had the ball. Their 13-point halftime lead, no accident. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. Got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
I got him.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Bojan Bogdanovic with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
And that really tests the defense. It's hard to take the right angle on him to contest the shot.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. The big men are Collins and Dedmon. Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt, and it's McDermott in at the 3 slot. Indiana leading by 11. Collison kicks to Bogdanovic. Battles through traffic and lays it in. He's got 12.
Yeah, I love how adept Bogdanovic is in these sets. Fantastic at just getting space to shoot in that pick and roll.
Young's shot is off.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Collison finds Bogdanovic. Shoots from 12. Rebound, Atlanta. Dedmon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Young taking his time here. Hits it from 3-point range.
And the touch Young has from beyond the arc, he is almost unguardable from there.
Evans kicks to Sabonis. Here's Turner, and Turner throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's Bazemore. He's got 5. Dedmon passes to Young. But they'll get another chance. Goes back up. Another miss by Young.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 4 points in the quarter.
A solid beginning to this second half offensively. 3 for 4 from the floor.
Collins dishes to Young. And Bazemore kicks to Young. And that's good for 2. Young's got 11 points.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
Evans against Collins. Evans outside. Turner trying to free himself up. And here's McDermott. He averages about 5 points a game.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Bogdanovich. It's a 10-point game. Rebounded by McDermott. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the paint. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Let's not forget, at 6'8", Doug McDermott has the ability to be a scoring threat inside the paint.
The Hawks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
The free throw drops for McDermott.
Doug McBuckets, we call him, has established himself as a knockdown shooter in this league.
And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Young inside. Defended by Carter. Young's shot is off.
Well, you look at the coaching resume of Lloyd Pierce. Was an assistant for a lot of teams in his time. Stops at Memphis and Philadelphia most notably. Finally gets a chance to be the head coach here in Atlanta.
Now, here is Young. 5 points in the game. He kicks it to Joseph. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the layup. Joseph's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Joseph against Land. Dishes to Carter. The teardrop falls in. Carter's got 7 points in the game.
The defense is pretty much helpless once he finds breathing room to get to the basket.
Indiana leading by 7. Joseph finds Evans. No good that time, and Atlanta will go the other way with it. The pass to Carter. Back to Bazemore. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Back to Turner at the tip.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
The Hawks trail by 7. Passes it to Bazemore. Kicks it to Carter. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. 9 points in the game so far.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Turner. Indiana moving it around. And Turner throws it down.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
And finished off by McDermott.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Habit. So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
TJ Leafs checked in for Indiana. McDermott with a steal. Pass to Bazemore. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 4 rebounds in this game. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. Indiana leading by 5. Here's Joseph, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And there's a whistle that goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Evans outside. Here's Leaf. 6 points for him. Back to Evans. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Leaf, no good. Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. A nice shot by Anderson.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Joseph against Land. Pass to Leaf. It's stolen by Carter. Evans with the steal. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And Evans is always looking to score, lulls the defense to sleep with his dribbling before pulling right up on them.
And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his first foul. Lenz checked in for the Pacers. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. Joseph against Land. And the pass to McDermott. And Tyreek Evans is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Carter against Evans. 5 on the clock. Here's Carter. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. 17 points was their biggest margin. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Corey Joseph. Young taking his time here. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 6-point Indiana lead.
You can't give him any daylight or he will do just that.
And for his whole career, Thaddeus Young has been a player not afraid, Greg, of attacking defenders head on.
Young has such a great first burst of speed. He really is a handful to deal with. He gets a lot of transition buckets that way, and in the half court can set up teammates by creating space. In the latter part of his career, I think he's taken on more of a vocal leadership role as well.
Here's Evans after the basket by Atlanta. He feeds it to Land. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that had the most second chance points on the season. In the 3rd spot, the Hawks.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
That free throw good from Len. Both free throws good from Len. And so Lynn will bring it up for the Hawks. 6-point game. Anderson outside. Here's Carter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Carter. The Hawks making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Vince Carter hits them both. Indiana leading by 4. Collison kicks to Len. Now here's Evans. 9 points in the game so far. O'Quinn in the post. Working on Collins. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
For Indiana, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And Indiana making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. The Hawks trail by 7. Lynn kicks to Anderson. Passes it to Collins. Back to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Young with the steal. Collison against Land. Outside Collison. Tries from 16. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
The mid-range game is becoming more of a lost art, but not for this guy.
Lynn the pass to Dedmon. Got a piece of it. 1:53 left to play in the third. Collison, no good. The Hawks trail by 9. It's Anderson with the drive, and it falls over the rim and in. Anderson's got 5.
That's just a solid execution to get a wide open look.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Collison. Back to Bogdanovich. Clock at 6. Charity stripe shot. No good on that one. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. It's Anderson with the drive. Plays it up off the glass. And now it's only a 5-point Pacer lead.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
And did you see the separation he got? It's an art, creating that kind of space.
Now, here is Young. He's got 7. Banked in off the glass. He's got 9.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Here is Carter. He's got 11. Lynn, that's in there. Carter with the assist. And it's 8 points for Lynn.
And really respect the confidence of Lynn. His teammates love how he runs these pick and roll plays.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That'll be foul number 5 on him. And due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. Pacers have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
And he makes the first.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And Indiana making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. Both free throws good from Len. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the third. Collison against Young. And that one, good.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
And this half, a more entertaining one. The pace is picked up, tougher defense, better ball movement.
The third quarter comes to a close. Indiana out in front, leading by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. Hold up.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Indiana leading by 5. Sabonis is out there with Alex Len. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. And there's Collison. And it's Young in at the small forward. That's the Pacers 5. He kicks to Bogdanovic. Just 5 on the clock. And it's blocked. Now Anderson to the inside, and Dedmon throws it down.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Len with it, and there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, Atlanta. They trail by 3. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple. And that's now 17 points for Bojan Bogdanovic.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Young with the steal. Outside Collison. Kicks to Bogdanovic. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. Young against Collins. Offensive rebound. Sabonis got a hand on it. Herter. He's covered by Bogdanovic. Stolen by Len. And here's Collison. Pass to Sabonis. Fades. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 8. Pass to Dedmon. Young against Collison. The pass to Dedmon. Out to the right wing. Collins against Collison, and there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That'll be his second foul of the game. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bazemore's checked in. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Collison. Pass to Sabonis. He kicks it to Turner. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. The kick out to Young.
So much of rebound is about positioning. Effort. No lack of it right there.
To the inside. Sabonis, the pass to Collison. Young inside. Defended by Anderson. Young's shot is off. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Atlanta. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Inside, Collins passes to Dedmon. And here's Anderson for 3. Kept alive. Here's Collins over Sabonis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Collins.
John Collins, the explosive big man from Wake Forest, was taken 19th overall in the 2017 draft. Showed a lot of promise, and if there was a redo of that draft, you can bet he'd go a little higher than that.
Tyreek Evans is checked in for Young. And the Hawks making a change here as well. McDermott's checked in. That one is no good. And with Collins, his confidence and role grew with each game his rookie season.
Well, you can see what he's capable of over the course of that first season. Explosive with the ball and going to the rim. Very active player, and the sky is the limit with him.
Young against Collison. And finished off by Collison.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
He also is one of the most skilled finishers in the league. Yet another spectacular play. He just can't get it cranked up and beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
Bogdanovich against Collins. Plays it in without an inch of room around him. Now it's a 6-point Indiana lead.
And I like the commitment from Bogdanovich. Even when he gets knocked around, he stays focused on the rim.
Dedmon kicks it to Bazemore. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Pass to Sabonis. Wants to get it to Turner and does. Over Dedmon. The shot by Turner no good. The Hawks trail by 4. Young outside. Kicks it to Dedmon. Pass to McDermott. 6 to shoot. The Pacers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Outside Collison. Evans outside. Ball's knocked loose. Now here is Young. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Chalk up 2 there. Now just a 2-point Pacer lead.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself
with his dribble.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Rebounded by the Hawks. Bazemore on the wing. Covered by Evans. The shot's good.
A classic 3-and-D guy. Bazemore this time showing his chops from mid-range.
Evans kicks to Turner. Outside Collison. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. And the Pacers lead by 3.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
Young dishes to McDermott. Now Bazemore. The pass to Young. Off target with the open look.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
And it's Evans missing.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
And Young kicks it to Bazemore. And he banks in the layup.
I love how he's been more patient in this second half, shooting only the shots he feels he can make.
Indiana's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Outside, Bogdanovich. Rebounded by McDermott. McDermott's got his 5th rebound in this one. To take the lead, here's Young. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
2 shots. Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor. And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home, always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 17 points was their biggest margin. And Bogdanovich kicks to Evans. Passes it to Turner. Over Dedmon. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And now a 3-point Indiana lead. Collison against Young. And it goes down 2 points.
I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Collison finds Bogdanovich. Pass to Evans. Jacks up a 3. And the Pacers another 3.
Tyreek is used to having the ball in huge moments. Doesn't shy away when the spotlight is on him.
Collins passes to Bazemore. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Dedmon. Dedmon's got 4 points now in the quarter. Indiana's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Collison the bounce pass. Here's Turner. Collins grabs the miss. Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Bazemore dishes to Young. He kicks it to McDermott. Pass to Bazemore. Young trying to break free, and Kent Bazemore good for 3. And the Hawks lead by 1.
He can do it all. Bazemore not afraid to take the critical shots.
Outside Bogdanovich. The pass to Evans. Yep, it counts.
I mean, good size out of the backcourt, something Evans always has brought to the table.
Here's Young. He dishes it to Bazemore. Over Evans. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Evans passes to Sabonis, and there's the feed to Collison. Back to Evans.
Tyreek is an aggressive player, does a great job forcing the issue close to the rim.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
And when you watch Tyreek, sure, the injury sapped some of his athleticism, but he still finds ways to make an impact.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
And Young, here we go. Collins kicks to Young. Shot clock at 6. Got it! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
What more can you ask for?
Phenomenal here in the clutch. This is what fans tune in to see.
Timeout called by Nate McMillan. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He told them, look, fellas, this is what we're capable of when you come together as one. I knew you had it in you, just like I know we're going to come out on top. Finish this game.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
One shot, gentlemen.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 2 here. And both free throws good for Evans. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move. ice in his veins. Young excels at stepping to the plate and delivering in the clutch.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're down by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul or go for the home run.
Let me tell you my vote. Whatever's the best look and takes the least amount of time.
Collison with it. Evans left side. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. And he commits the intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Pretty obvious Young believes in his ability. A fearless shooter who also does a good job at orchestrating the offense.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Locking down the W. It's got to feel good to him right now.
Here's Bogdanovich. Indiana again missing. And so the Hawks take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.